So now friends, we'll be discussing about the alignment group, right? The alignment group is in the home tab. We have already covered the clipboard and the font groups. In the alignment group, we find everything which will align my data in a table or in a cell. To begin with, what I'll do is I'll select my data first. I'll use the command Control Shift 8 for selecting my table, and now I will use these commands in the alignment group to align them. But before that, I would like to format my data quickly as I did earlier. I will just quickly give it a light blue shade, and I'll give my heading a dark blue shade. I'll give my heading a dark blue shade, and again a white font, and I'll bold it. I'll increase the size a bit, right? And I'll quickly give it a border. Control Shift 8, and I hope you will do all these things so that you can revise the formatting part of it. And to the dates, I'll go down and I will click on the short date format, and I'll get the dates, right guys? Now I'll increase the size of my cells. I'll increase the size, Control Shift down arrow. What I'll do is I'll increase the width of my columns. I'll increase the width of my columns here, and I'll also do one thing to increase the height of the cells. I'll just select this and I'll make it a bit thicker, so all the cells got some more space now. Okay friends, and now see, I'll use the alignment to make it look better. Control Shift 8 for selection again. These are the 6 options. If you can see here, I'll use them one by one. If I click the left one, all my data goes to the left. Middle will bring the data in the middle, and this will take it on the right hand side. This will take it on the top part of the cell, center part of the cell, and the lower part of the cell. So what I'll do is I'll do the middle and the center to keep the data in the center part of it, right? And to the whole of this data, I'll just increase the font size a bit, and now you can see the data starts looking better. And in the alignment section, I have used all the 6 functions here to place them in the middle and the center part of it. Now with the heading, what I'll do is I'll select this heading, and I will use this orientation to check if I can do something with the heading. If I use the vertical, I'll increase the width of this so that you guys can see it. It has gone into a vertical formation. It doesn't look that good. Vertical text up. Okay, this looks fine. I can do vertical text, rotate text down. Okay, so it goes downwards. If I click from here and if I say angle counterclockwise, I can place it like this. If I do clockwise, I can place it like this. If I do it format cell alignment, I get this window from where I can decide what angle I want my text. I have all this flexibility like a dashboard where I can steer my wheels and decide what angle I want to give to my text. I do this and I say okay, and I can decide whatever orientation I want to keep my text on, right? And I can just go back here and I can again choose vertical text down. It will come like this. Okay, so friends, we can keep the data as we want by using this alignment options available here. Now I'll show you another thing here, which is the indent button. Can you see these 2 indent buttons? One is on the left hand side and one is on the right hand side. So what this can do here is I'll just take some text from here. I'll just copy some text from here, Control C, and I'll quickly paste it here. I want you guys to see something, Control V. For this, the orientation I will change. I'll change and bring it to normal orientation, and I'll say okay. And now guys, if you can see, if I'm using the left orientation, it is all on the left hand side. Now to this data, if this is my heading and I want to give it some space, not as much space as it would go on the middle or the right orientations, but I want to give a little space there so that I can differentiate it from the heading. So I can select this and I can click on this indent button, and as I click, I get small space on the right hand side, if you can see. And this space I can increase as much as I want. I can do as much as I want. I can even, the cells may appear that they are here, sitting here, but they are not there actually. You can see the formula bar, there's nothing here. The cells are actually sitting here, and by using the indent, I'm making it appear as if they have gone here, right? So I can click on these cells and I can bring them back by using the left indent, and I can bring the cells back. So we can place the cells in a way by providing space on the left and right indentations and place them as far from the cell boundaries as we want, right? So I hope guys you have seen this. Another thing here is the merge and center part of it. Here if you can see, there's a box with with arrow on both the sides, and when I click here, it gives me an option of merge and center. So suppose I want to create a heading here which I call as the revenue analysis as a heading of this. So I type here revenue analysis, right? I type here revenue analysis, but I want to make this a complete heading. So what I'll do is first I'll increase the size. I increase the size of it, but I want to bring it in the center of it as it is the heading of the whole table. So I'll select this and I can go here and I'll click on merge and center. So it merges all the cell on the heading and brings it in the center of it. Now I can give some color to it, whatever color I want. I can just give a color to it and make it the heading for my table, right guys? So this I could achieve using the merge and center, but when I clicked here, you saw there are 4 different options. So what are these 4 different options? I will just like to explain this to you. Let me write something here in one cell. Okay, let me write revenue analysis only here. Revenue analysis. I'll write here, right? And in this cell, what I'll do is I want to merge in this 6 cells. So if I select all these 6 cells and I click on this merge and center, it will merge all the 6 cells and bring it in the center. Okay guys, could you see? I'll just put a boundary so that you guys can have a look on it. Okay, and I will just unmerge it, Control Z, and it's here. If I am selecting these 6 cells and if I give a boundary to it, and if I give a boundary, and it is like this, right friends? I have these cells, but if I am selecting now all of them and I am choosing the first option of merge and center, you'll see that it merged and brought everything. The 6 cells got merged. I'll do Control Z, and if I select all these 6 and then I'm clicking on the second one, which is merge across, if you see carefully, it shows that it will merge only one row. Though I have selected 2 rows and 6 cells, this option will merge only the first one. The bottom one is merged as a separate row. This one is merged as a separate row. So I'm not able to merge all of them together, but it is merging only the row. So merge across will merge only the rows selected. It will not merge 2 rows together. One row, all the cells in one row will be merged in one go, right? Now I select them again and I click on the third option, which is merge cells. It is very much similar to the first one. The only thing is it will not center align the thing. I have merged it, and if I press on the unmerge one, it will unmerge the cells. If I click on the merge cells, it will merge all of them. And if I click on merge and center, it takes to the center of it, right? Merge. So these are the 4 different options: merge and center, merge across, merge across, merge and unmerge will simply merge them and unmerge them. So we have got 4 different options to do with this merging option here, which you can use as per your requirement. But 99% of the time, the usage is of the merge and center, which is the first option, which I have utilized here to create a heading. Right, friends? After that, we have an option here, which is called wrap text. Now, I'll just try to write here something. I'll write some detail. My name is in India. Right, I have written this. Now, guys, can you see it has beautifully come one below the other? How it has come? Because I have applied this feature of wrap text. If I don't apply this feature, the line will appear like this. Though it is in one cell, but it is spreading out of the cell boundary areas and going in the C cell and the E cell also, though the text is written in the D1 cell, right? So if I want to fit everything in one cell, I can use this wrap text option. If I click on the wrap text option, it will just fit the text within that cell, right? It will wrap it. And here, if I don't want to wrap it, suppose I want to keep it in a straight line only and I want to reduce the font, I have another option called shrink fit. And if I click on shrink to fit and I say okay, it will reduce the size of the font, though it is so small that it is not visible at all. But the shrink fit option, if it suits your requirement, what it will do is it will reduce the size of the font, and I'll reduce the words there. My name is Sanjay Singh. My name is Sanjay. I'll just keep this much. And now if I try to shrink fit, you can see here what will happen. I'll go and click on the shrink fit, and first I need to do away with the merge cells, and now shrink fit is applied. So you can see that it has reduced the size of the font and fit within the boundaries of the cell. So we can use the wrap text option to wrap it. We can use the shrink fit option to shrink it. Both can be used to fit the content within a cell. If you want to bring it into different lines, definitely you can use wrap text. If you want to keep it in one single line, you can use the shrink fit option. And now we have seen all the options which are there in the alignment group, and I hope you will be able to you are able to learn it and practice it. Let's meet in the next section and discuss about the number group and try to explore different functionalities of the number group. Thank you guys for watching. Let's meet in the next section.